Look, y'all, I want to share a quick tip. Y'all know how the enemy lays traps, right? Like, he's laid out nets, you know, for your feet to get trampled up in. But listen, this is the thing about laying traps. See, the enemy ain't necessarily laying a physical net out to trap your feet. All this stuff has to do with the mind. That's why we're called to cast down all imaginations, right? I mean, when you're on the right track, you're called to pretty much have a one track focus when it comes to your mind, right? I mean, especially when it comes to holding your oil. Y'all know the lampstand with the oil. I mean, your mind can't be all over the place. And if it is, even, imagining stuff, like, you're not going to be able to hold your oil. You're going to waste it, right? However, back to the trap. Y'all, I don't think people understand how powerful the mind is. And we all know God is omnipresent, meaning God knows your thoughts. Even though your thoughts are not his, he knows your thoughts. And people real life be having bad minds. People real life be thinking evil towards others, right? And, as chosen ones can pick up on stuff like that, right? However, because I'm getting off subject once again. All right, look. When it comes to setting traps, it's always in the mind first before it falls over into the natural. The spiritual succeeds the natural, right? All right, so listen. So a person can have, it can even be fantasies, you know what I'm saying? But as a child of God, when you have his spirit, we can't feed into fantasies, right? Because we know how fantasies and them imaginations, where it leads to. And it leads to destruction in the spirit, right? Which pours over into the physical. Eventually you lose your drive. You lose, you kind of lose sight, you know what I'm saying? But they that wait on the Lord shall renew their strength and mount up on eagles, right? All right, but anywho, once again, back our subject. Y'all, the mind is the battlefield, okay? But like I was saying, when the enemy lay traps, y'all, it's people. People be directing that energy at you, right? And you might start picking up on it, right? But it's important, like I said, to cast down all imaginations, because guess what? That's where the enemy lays his traps.